The situation I'll be discussing happened at my work when I was in high school. It was a fast food job at the time. It all started when this guy started coming in once to twice a day for like a whole week. And we always have our regulars that come in, once to two times, maybe three times a week. But it wasn't often that we saw someone coming in, twice a day to order food, um, which really isn't a big deal. We didn't really think much of it. Towards the end of the week, I want to say it was Friday, I was on my lunch break and the same guy came in, ordered his food, and when he sat down, he decided to sit directly next to me. I was sitting at a table at the time, so I was just in regular chair. So he sat at the table right next to that and scooted his chair very close to me. This obviously made me feel really tense and uncomfortable, especially since I did not know this guy at all. And he started making small talk with me. I didn't really think much of it. He was asking me questions like, what time do we close? What time do we open? And at the time, I really did not think much of it. It's just like, we're at my work right now. That's probably the small talk that you're going to think of in the moment. I cut the conversation pretty short and went back to working. And then I want to say my next shift was a Sunday, so I had that Saturday off. When I came in, I was told that the restaurant had been broken into Saturday. And, the locks were broken and nothing was taken, thankfully, because we had alarms that alerted the police pretty quickly. But I was told that it was the same guy that I had the, uncomfortable conversation with, the same guy who had been coming in twice a day for a week. And after figuring out it was him, it really made me look back at, how uncomfortable I was feeling, why I was probably so skeptical on why he was coming in so much. And I even realized that after I had went back to work from my lunch break that Friday, I noticed that he had been almost recording the restaurant. At least that's what it looked like. Or showing someone, where he was at, which I didn't think much of it at the time, but looking back on it, it was probably so that he could scope out the place and see where all the doors were and the locks were so that he could get a good idea before he tried to break in. I don't think there was any strategies really used in the situation, just because I had such a small conversation with him that I didn't feel the need to use any survival strategies. I do sometimes feel like if I were to have mentioned it to the managers, how he was acting, maybe they could have kept an eye on him, and it maybe could have helped avoid the break-in. But it's really hard to tell because after close, no one's there anyway. So if it happens, then there's nothing really you can do to stop it at that point. So sometimes I think that maybe mentioning some of this, census that I got at the time would have helped, but it's really hard to say because of the kind of situation it was.